What is the childhood memory of your home that you have? And so, do you have any close relatives like cousins with whom you used to hang out?
I don't think I had any such memories of mixing with the cousins, mixing with the relatives. My mother's original house is a very big house, bigger than what Nana we have now. That is very close to the main road. That was called a Pudiya Veedu because my mother's father had two marriages. So we had a old house where he used to have his stay, and another house was called a Pudiya Veedu where my mother's childhood was spent. So we had a big balcony, sort of a big room there with ventilation. It was like a Raja palace.
It is in Nadu.
That is in Nadu. Now there is no house there. Actually, behind that house is where Balakrishnan had, and we also have a portion of land there close to the main road even now, very close to the temple. So I remember when some guests used to come, we were also invited there. Or maybe my mother goes and then we also follow her, and that was a place we could play a little bit. So hardly some memory of meeting some relatives. In my house, I don't think anybody would have come to play with us and all that in childhood. Another Puppeton's family had a lot of their relatives, their cousins and all used to come and then have drama. So I remember once or twice I had gone there to play drama with them. So we had a get together sort of a thing. That's a place where I used to visit when I was in my school days, because we had only sambar. There they used to make dal. So Elaima's dal was, and they used to make raw rice for my Papatan's father, Kitlapan. We call Elaipan, father's brother or mother's sister's husband. So that was one tasty thing which once in a while I must have had in my childhood. When I was doing my graduation and plus one, plus two, another mother's sister was there in Payyanur. Their kids like Brigadier Jagadish, another Prasida, Chitra. Chitra and me were very close to each other. They were there in Hyderabad also. Her husband was in CRPF. So I met him in Delhi. When I was working in Delhi, he was in CRPF. So we had such a relationship. That was a place where I used to go for maybe getting kanji vallam, because when I stayed in my brother's place, they used never had kanji vallam. My childhood drinking rice soup, I used to walk up to that house 3-4 kilometers. Walk up to that to get kanji vallam in the evening. So that Alayappa was very close. Actually, she loves people. She is highly diplomatic. Alayachan was very, very strict actually. So hardly people go and talk to them. But I remember 1 week before his death, I went to his house and then I was asking him, "You must come to Hyderabad." He said, "I will come." And one big picture in his house which I loved was Mahatma Gandhi's picture was there. It was a Gandhian, true Gandhian. And it was not Gandhi's picture, it was a big bunch of tree. In between, Gandhi was hidden in the shadows and leaves and all that. It was highly artistic. Probably one of the artistic picture which I have seen in my childhood was only that. And Jagadish Shetty's younger sister Vijayam, Prasida, they were all very close to me because I did not had younger sisters in my life. All of them were elders. Similarly, rarely we had time to play with Ramdas Atta. Though later 2013 to 18 he was very close. Because when I was young he went to Northeast. But during the holidays, sometime when he come, yes, we had games like playing Gusti, like WWF sort of a thing. So I had a wonderful picture of me with Ramdas Sutton and another Ravi's brother was TP Unni, who was a DYSP later. So we had a good fight picture. We remember later, after 20 years, we had a similar same poster and took another picture to remember the childhood fight. So Ramdas Sutton was very close. Ramdas Sutton's younger sister Lekha was 2 years elder to me, and she was a very good singer. So during my childhood, during my school days, the prayer was by my cousin sister always. Chandameriya Poovilum Shabalapamam Shalapattilum. So when I lost my direct sister Lata, who was 2 years elder to me, Lekha was same age. So I remember in my childhood, whatever pocket money which I collected by stealing little bit of cashew nut, stealing little bit of pepper from my house, plucking arecanut from the tree, selling it. All that money which I collect, I used to. We had only 2 festivals. One is Theyyam and Ulsavam. That's the only time when we get bangles, all the makeup items for girls. So I remember I used to buy and give to her. Right? I don't think I have purchased something for me, except a few balls to play with my friends. We don't know what to buy. So these were all things. I was not favorite for eating ice cream, or that's the only time when we get ice cream. That's the only time when we get bread. These are all very murmura. Even whistle was never sold in money. Only during the festival time we get whistle. Color chalk pencils, balloons, different. All this comes only 2 times in my childhood in my hometown, Naduvil village. That is for Utsavam and Theyyam. Colorful drinking juice were all like a luxury which once in 2 years you can see them. Never taste it because don't know how much it cost. Going and asking is a shame. If I don't have money, it's bad. So probably all that. And that's the time when people play playing cards was a bad thing in my childhood, because that's when people hide and then play in the dark and police will come and catch them. Right? So these are all sceneries which comes when we talk about Theyyam and Utsavam in the childhood. That's the time when we meet some cousins, they come collectively, meet them, talk to them. I think otherwise very rare.
So you were close to your mother's side of family, your father's side of family, or equal?
Most of the reference which when I speak today is given only mother's side, because father had only no direct brother, no direct sisters. He was very poor. His relatives were only like they were all like safeguard for us when nobody is there at home. We want a company. My father's cousin sister used to come and sleep with in the house. So she is only she wears a dhoti, top naked dress. I have never seen her combed hair and all that. So she used to have like in cinema and all, you will see like old ladies of very daring nature who can go and catch double. Seeing her itself was like that, and she was like that. When we wanted some help for support, when we are scared of somebody, I think immediately their kids were all my age and little closer to us. Another cousin brother of my father was, we call him Villachan, and another Valachan. Their family was once in a while we meet them only when we go for Theyyam. Their house was the residing deity place for the Theyyam was that family. So Palangat. And their children were much elder than me. So my brothers had good company with them. And another Villachan's sons were also 2 elderly people. Their children was my classmates. So not my father's cousins from my father's side was my friends. Their children was probably some interaction, some playing items and all that. But we had a cowshed, ala. That cowshed ala was not near to my house. In my childhood, it was my father's cousin's house. Though cows were owned by us, but it was not in our house, it was in his house. So that's a place where I used to go morning. So one of my cousin was one who taught me how to milk cow. My mother used to milk cow when she was not healthy or some problem. That cousin used to come and then milk for us. So I remember those days of interaction with him. Now their children, Janardhan, now who is in Qatar, he was my classmate and very close friend with whom I played maximum probably in my childhood. Their another son is Sridharan now who stays very close to Nana. Their children also now when we meet I purchase some items or give some gifts to them and all that. Another my half brother, two half brothers. One is Karnataka. Another half brother from my father's side, if I have to say. Another half brother from my father's side was a deaf and dumb. So in my childhood, he was my close person who taught me a lot of craft. If I am making flowers out of papers, if I know how to stitch the chair, if I know how to make some playing items with the craft, it's all because of him. He was a deaf and dumb. He used to go to Shabarimala. I remember on the wall in my house, he drew the picture of a tiger with only the plastered wall. He kept a iron small string, and out of the string he created the picture of a tiger. So it was there for almost 40-50 years. Until I renovated the house, it was part of it. So he was a great artist, drawing, all that was craft was his fun. So I learned little bit, and I think he had a lot of influence with me. He is no more. Actually, his death was also a very painful death. He was not able to speak. He was alone at home. So he is seen dead on the floor with a plate of rice spread on the floor. That means he was either going to the kitchen to collect food and then while coming back he has fallen, or maybe he was so starving he couldn't get food. His wife was not there at home, kids were not at home. Now they're all grown up. Now one of my cousins, my half brother's son is running a shop in they're all little established and settled. So we had little memories of. So I learned how to speak to deaf and dumb because of him. Through actions, I know how to communicate to them. Most of them, it's internationally same language.